here with my morning cup of coffee and my porridge. And I felt like talking to you guys. Let's try this first. Lots of cinnamon, this is good. Let's talk about purpose today and being a creative, an artist, and finding your way, finding your voice. It's really something that's been on my mind a lot recently. So I thought I'll make a little video about it. Just share a bit. I'm at a point in my life where I know pretty well what I want. But it's a long journey. I am an ambitious person. I have very high goals. I'm very aware of that. But I have a vision. I have a vision that just how I want my life to look like and how I want to feel and what I want to do. And I have a vision for all of that. A lot of it has to do with my career. I'm a work-driven person. I like to work, pretty passionate about my work. But it's a tough industry. The creative industry, the film industry, there's no linear way. And no one can give you proper tips. No one else can tell you what you should do or should not do. But it's really about finding your own way into it. And this is what I'm struggling with right now. Because I've been working in the film industry for the last 2.5 years. And I feel like I have like my little toe in the door. I've worked as a production assistant for 1.5 years. And the last year almost as a runner. And I liked both of those jobs, but they were mostly just to get that toe in the door, get to know some people, get to know the pre-production, the post-production, the set life. Just the technicalities of how a film is made. And it gave me a lot of insight. I'm very grateful for those experiences. But I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be the director. I want to be the writer, the head of everything, basically. And that's a difficult way already when you go to film school, but especially if you're not coming from film school. So I'm at a point where I know the only way forward for me is to create my own films, create my portfolio, get better and better over time, which will take time because making films takes time and resources. So it's a slow process, but I'm building that repertoire of my own films right now. I'm trying to find my own artistic voice, like hone on the craft and the skills. But I'm at the point where I'm wondering if I should go to film school. I'm also turning 25 this year. So I feel like I really am way too old to start something new. But I actually read a lot of the film students are like 23, 24 when they start. So I wouldn't be that behind, but it does feel like it. And I have a whole other degree. And I'm honestly not too keen to go to university again. I would rather do some workshop or thing for about 1 year or 2. But with my bachelor's degree, I cannot do a film master's, at least not in Germany. The system works a bit more complicated, and you just can't do any master's degree, because I know in other countries it's a bit different and you can more loosely choose what masters you do. But here I would really, the only way in would be to do actually a diploma degree. A filmmaker's degree in Germany is a diploma degree, which is about a 4 or 5 year studies. It's a bachelor's and master's kind of combined. And am I willing to do that? Am I willing to go back to uni until I'm 30, basically? I'm not sure at this point. So that's option number 1. And I'm kind of not feeling it right now. But I still have a month if I want to apply for film schools. Let me know what you think. Maybe I need a little of your help, but I'm not really considering that right now. I found a really cool 1-year program, which I already applied for last year for producing, which is also not my main topic and not my main interest, but the whole program is quite interesting. I got rejected last year, but I will try to get back into that program. But I feel like if I'm rejected another time, it's really the universe just telling me not to do it because it's not directing. But I think the skills that you learn there and the whole program just sounds very interesting. So I'll try and see what happens. That's one thing I'm thinking about. The other thing is that I would love to focus very, very deeply on my creative practice. And for that, I would love to do an artist residency and just stay in a spot for a while, like 2 or 3 months, and really be able to work on my upcoming projects. I have a couple ideas, but I haven't really had the time in the last year to do that because I was busy earning money, making a living. Right now I'm in a spot where I can chill a little bit more and I do have a bit more free time. So I'm currently applying for artist residencies. Yeah, and that's basically where I'm at. I'm trying to get into artist residencies. I'm trying to do some sort of course or class. I also found a script writing course, which would be remote though, but I'm really considering doing that. It's a 10-month program, and it sounds also really interesting. I really want to make a short film this year. I also have a feature film idea, which I really would love to write about this year and create the script for. I also have a documentary feature idea, which I would love to just start a little bit of the research on. But lots of things are going on in my head. And I'm just feeling a little stuck because none of these make a living for me yet. So it's really, I feel like I have to like parallel drive the whole time and balance things out between making some money. And then I would have to probably continue working as a runner, which I'm not sure if I want to do because I pretty quickly feel like I learned all the things you have to know about being a runner. I'm pretty good at it. And I don't know, the jobs that I was asked to do for this year are the same exact I did last year. They're serial projects, so they'll shoot the next season, and I was asked to do 2 projects this year. But I haven't confirmed anything yet because I'm really not sure if I want to continue on the exact same thing that I've already done, because I'm not sure if that will bring me any further. So what do I do then instead? How do I find a new thing? Also, the industry is dead right now. It's January and nothing is going on, at least from what I hear from the people around me. Very few people are working right now. So what do I do? How do I make a living in the next months or this whole year? And how do I creatively continue working on the things that I would love to work on? Do I need a university and academic surrounding for that? Or can I make that space for myself? And how do I make both of it work? I think that's the big question for this year. but I would really, really love to focus really on this idea that I am an artist, I'm a creative, and it's a whole, I feel like it's a big identity thing. Once you really allow yourself to see yourself as an artist, I think that changes your perspective a little bit, because there's so much, I think, bullshit attached to being an artist, like the perceptions or like ideas we have about it. I think that comes a lot of prejudice, or at least for me, like things that I believe about artists that I have to unwork and now create my own version of. And I would really love to work on that. I really want to hone in on creating on a very regular basis, creating a practice for that, dedicating my time very mindfully to that, and not just create when I feel like it. I think that's very important. So yeah, I think that's the journey that I will be on in the next months. I will try to share as much as possible. And if that's interesting for you, join the channel, join the group, and yeah, I'll keep you updated with whatever's next and where this will head. Yeah, I think I've talked enough. So bye. Until next time.